Hello again, homies in a half shell. It's time once again for some Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk. This week we will be giving the video treatment to the first non-figure column I did. The subject was one of the smaller sets to come out of the 1987 toy line. Feast your eyes, once again, on the Flush-O-Matic. The Foot Clan's Flush-O-Matic was introduced in 1989. Like a lot of the awesomely absurd accessories of the time, the Flush-O-Matic itself did not actually appear in the cartoon or comics. Despite being a pretty silly setup, the Flush-O-Matic fits in flawlessly with the rest of the original Turtles toy line. This was largely due to the colorful contraption's crazy concept, as well as its making good use of that yucky mutagen slime. The Flush-O-Matic is made up of a grand total of 4 parts, including 2 side panels, roughly 1 figure's height each, a bowl part with a screw-fastened flusher handle, and a toilet seat. As per the instructions, the light gray side panels serve as 2 legs to support the bowl piece of the same color, with the grody green toilet seat on the top. The parts snap pretty snugly together, but are still easy enough to take apart should you desire. Also included is the terrible torture tray with a removable restraining belt and a small barrel of Retromutagen ooze in case you didn't already have any. The decals on the Flush-O-Matic add a nice and nasty touch of both horror and humor to this dastardly device. On the left side panel there is a decal of a control panel, while on the right one there is a sign requesting that everyone please flush after use. In the torture tray there is a large sticker of the infamous green gunk with tons of creepy critters swimming around in it. The decal fits perfectly into the tray and gives the appearance of ooze actually being pumped in or out of the molded on drain. The decals on the toilet seat are a skull and crossbones and a toxic dump sign. Yes, I know what that sounds like, but it's not as crude as one might think. The sign is simply telling us where the fun begins on the foul Flush-O-Matic. After strongly strapping in any of the foot's foes to the torture tray, you slide it between the 2 side panels and beneath the bowl. Next, be sure that the green flusher handle is pointing outwards in a parallel position with the prisoner. Now it's time to make a mess. Take the mutagen and fill the bowl to the brim. Grab the flusher handle and turn it either left or right, and watch the sucker squirm as they get set for a slimy super swirly. Well, there you have the Flush-O-Matic. As I mentioned, it's a pretty asinine apparatus, but for the early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys, this goofy gadget and its gimmick make perfect sense. The Flush-O-Matic may not be the most provocative playset ever, but back then it only cost a little more than a TMNT figure, and it gave you something fun to do with your ooze. So, did you have fun with the Flush-O-Matic? Or should we cast this contrivance down the commode? Either which way, I want to hear all about it. All you have to do is sign up for the forums at www.radicalretro.com and speak your mind. Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk is a part of the Pop Culture Network, where you can find plenty of primo coverage of toys, comics, TV and film, wrestling, and everything else you love. And if you enjoy any or all of what Pop Culture Network presents, there is no better way to show your support than to click on the store link on the front page of the site. Within, you'll find a plethora of playthings that you know you can't live without. Hope to have you again next week for another round of Radical Retro Turtle Toy Talk. Stay rad, friends.